yes, anti-Semitism is on the rise in New York City. It's up 65% by New York City's own standards. Change the definition of what constitutes as a crime, so they're not arresting people. They're letting prosecutors are letting criminals go. They catch them, they release them the same day. Radical Muslims who throw up the ISIS sign and invites them to the city hall to have a feast with them. Illegal aliens that were signed up to vote automatically, as she says, and 400 of them partook in our elections that we had. We've had legislative elections, we've had school board elections, we've had 2024 general election. That's the stupidest thing you could ever say, because that's like saying, I didn't kill that person, my pump shotgun did. I didn't do it. The knife killed that person. I didn't do it. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Amir Khan Show. Today we'll talk about three topics. Number one is anti-Semitism rise in New York City. Number two is what's happening in New Jersey with the election fraud and the illegal aliens that have been voting in our election. And number three, we'll talk about the 2026 midterm election and how exciting this race is going to be. So let's go to New York City first. Let's talk about what's going on with the current mayor, Zohran Mamdani, who keeps pushing this narrative that when Bibi Netanyahu comes to New York City, he's going to arrest him. First of all, everybody knows that he cannot do that. He is the mayor. He doesn't have the federal authority to do that. But also, I want everybody to hear, if you're watching this, to look at the double standard he sets, right? So if he talks about, well, we're going to arrest Bibi Netanyahu for committing war crimes and because there's genocide going on, why doesn't he say the same thing about the Iranian diplomats, that the fact that they've killed over 30 to 40,000 people for simply protesting? We're talking about women and children. We're talking about athletes. We're talking about military people in Iran who've been protesting against the IRGC. So there's that double standard that he has right away. Why doesn't he also talk about the 1 million Muslims that are in internment camps in China? Why doesn't he talk about the fact that if Xi Jinping comes to New York City, we're going to arrest him too? So there's this double standard, and it's because if you look at the Democratic Socialist of U.S. or Democratic Socialist of America, what they are a bunch of radical, pro-Islamist, pro-left-wing, pro-communist, pro-socialism, and they make this very simple argument of like, and they think they've got someone on checkmate when they say, well, look, we have public libraries, that's socialism. We have fire departments, that's socialism. And we say the reason why we have these institutions is because we have a free, consensual market capitalism economy. We're able to do these things, and people are happy to pay for these things because we have a capitalist society. We pay for those things. They're not free, and so, but it doesn't connect with them for whatever reason. There's a lack of education. There's a lack of connectivity that they seem to have, and so he pushes this anti-Semitic narrative. And to my ultimate point I'm trying to make here is that yes, anti-Semitism is on the rise in New York City. It's up 65% by New York City's own standards. I talked to NYPD cops. They're telling me that they've changed the definition of what constitutes as a crime, so they're not arresting people. They're letting prosecutors are letting criminals go. They catch them, they release them the same day, so they could go out and they could rob someone. They could go out and do shoplifting. There is no punishment for crime is what I'm ultimately getting at. And then when you have a mayor that has radical Muslims who throw up the ISIS sign and invites them to the city hall to have a feast with them, well, of course it brings up, it just perpetuates this anti-Semitism that's happening in New York City. Just the past 3 days we've had two massive anti-Semitic attacks. Today is Sunday, July 26th. As I'm recording this video, I just saw that there was another terrorist attack in New York City. On Friday, there was it was either Thursday or Friday. There was another knife attack on two Jewish men by a radical Islamist. So radical Islam has no place in America. This is a Christian nation. It will always be a Christian nation. That is what this country was founded on. I'll go over to my second topic, which is what's happening in New Jersey with Mikey Sherrill. This lady is incompetent as incompetent can get, okay? So she comes out and she blames the 6,600 illegal aliens that were signed up to vote automatically, as she says, and 400 of them partook in our elections that we had. We've had legislative elections, we've had school board elections, we've had the 2024 general election, as everybody saw. And what she said is this was all due to a system issue. It was a system glitch. It was a software issue. That is the most stupidest thing you could ever say, because that's like saying, I didn't kill that person. My pump shotgun did. I didn't do it. The knife killed that person. I didn't do it. And she doesn't lay out the groundwork of who, how did it happen? Oh no, just a system glitch. And who creates these systems anyway? We know it's these left-wing nut jobs that create these softwares anyway. And everybody in New Jersey knows that look, I was at a Warren County fair yesterday. Everyone I spoke to there yesterday said that they know there likely are 2 or 3 more zeros that are missing at the end of that 6,600 number. So Mikey Sherrill should resign. And New Jersey is not a blue state. It's not a purple state. It is a red state, because we know the election fraud that is happening in New Jersey, and we need to fix that process. So let's talk about the last thing, which is the 2026 midterm election. Democrats have been played, bamboozled by their own party. Their own party that doesn't stand for American citizens, that does not stand for veterans. They do stand for illegal aliens. They're not for you or me, they're for they and them. Have been bamboozled by their own party, which is the hardcore, that they've been taken over by hardcore leftist radical socialists like the Democratic Socialists of I keep saying New York, Democratic Socialists of America, like a Zora Mamdani, like the new constituent that's been elected in New York City, where she says she wipes her hand on the American flag. They don't love this country, they hate this country. And so I think what's going to happen, Americans are seeing this and they're waking up to this idea. Everywhere you look in these blue states, they've got the highest crime rates, the highest family debts, the highest taxes. They're closing down libraries and they're closing down public services because they're running budget deficits so large that they can't pay for it. Their only solution to solve these problems is not through less taxes and bringing more businesses on into the state. Their solution is through more government intervention, more taxes, higher taxes. And look, that's what we're gonna see. If that's the future of this party, then they're gonna get demolished in the 2026 midterm election. And they think they've got a shot. I think this is a gift from God. So bringing on 2026 midterm election, it's going to be one hell of an election, and we're going to see that Republicans are going to absolutely steamroll them in the November election. It's going to be an entertaining one, because we know what they stand for is they, them, and what Republicans stand for is you. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys on